Hello, my name is Happy. You can call me Lime, and my real friends will call me by my real name. Today is January 8th of 2021, and it's actually the first video I have recorded in this new year. The video you heard yesterday, I did record before, and I do apologize, alright, because I recorded all those videos before I went on vacation, and well, like half the videos didn't send to my computer or my laptop, so I could like edit them on the car ride. So, I only got to edit like half of them. I made it work. I only missed like 1 or 2 days, 3 days actually, 3 days. I did on the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and the 6th. I started 2 days, I think. I only skipped like 2 days, and then I'm back. But I can finally start uploading again, or recording again, and I'm pretty excited because 2 days ago I had the story about me getting lost in the mountains, and then yesterday I had the story about me getting lost in the park, and this kind of goes along with it. I got lost again, this time not physically, like I wasn't actually lost. I was right next to everybody, but I was definitely mentally lost, and it kind of goes with yesterday's video too, because I was also high, so, this happened, well, while I was on vacation. Okay, so, I wanted to tell this story today. I don't like telling recent stories. I like telling stories that are from the past, like far in the past, okay, and I know I've done this a few times now, but I wanted to tell this story today because it goes with the last 2 days of stories, and then tomorrow, I think I know what tomorrow is, and then coming up on Valentine's probably is when I'll post, okay, maybe not Valentine's, I don't know how long I'll wait for that, but I will have a long series, which will be the suspended video, or expelled video, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so I now that that's out of the way, I can say I am glad to be back. So let's get right into it. We, if you don't know, we went up to Colorado for the vacation this year, and we went skiing for like, well, actually we missed last year, so I can't say in a row anymore, but like for the 7th, 8th year, 9th year maybe, I don't know, I'm not very good at counting anymore, but it's been a long time, and I've been snowboarding for at least 4 years, maybe 5 years now, and the first day snowboarding back on the board went about how I expected. I got the hang of it like right away. Maybe that first 2 seconds on the board, I was like, okay, I have no idea what I'm doing, and then after that, I was like, okay, I have exactly a precise point of what the hell I'm doing, and, it wasn't that big of a deal, but I'm also with my cousin that's only been snowboarding once before, and that was like 4 years ago, so we're on an uneven path here. So we go up a pretty even slope, and I'm like, okay, he's got it. He doesn't fall immediately, and then he falls about 5 seconds after I thought that. And I'm like, wow. No surprise, though. So we go along with the day, and after the end of the day, he's kind of getting the hang of it, but he is knocked out, tired, dude. I don't know if you've ever been snowboarding before, but those first few times snowboarding is exhausting. And he was ready to go again, though. So I was really scared that he was going to be like, oh, I'm tired. I don't want to do this no more. But he didn't, and I'm very proud of him for that, because honestly, it wouldn't have surprised me. Not because that's just the person he is, it's just hard. So, obviously, he decided, alright, he's ready to go again, and we already had tickets for tomorrow, so obviously we weren't going to let him just sit at home, but he might have sat at the loft most of the day. But obviously that wasn't the case, and that first day I did take an edible, and I was like, didn't feel it at all, okay? That first day I felt nothing. So the next day comes around, and I am excited, I'm pumped. Alright, we get up like maybe 10 minutes after or like later than the day before, and we leave about 15 minutes later than the day before, or yesterday. And well, not yesterday, but at the time of this, yesterday, you know what I mean. And I was like, all right, it's no longer New Year's, and I'm probably gonna have a line or something, like at the ski lift. There's probably gonna be a bigger line, but that actually wasn't the case. We got better luck than I anticipated, and it honestly wasn't too bad at all. But I took an edible right as we got out of the car, and I was like, all right, I'm excited. So about an hour and a half goes by, and I'm like, man, I don't feel shit. So my cousin is sitting down at the loft now, and for about 15 minutes, he told me just go for one run, and he'll get back with me, and that's exactly what I was doing. So we meet back up, and he brings my backpack that I left with him, and he tells me, hey, there's another Rice Krispie in there, and Rice Krispie, because we made our own edibles, and they were Rice Krispies, and he was like, hey, there's another Rice Krispie in there. So it's like sweet, because I feel nothing, and I take that, and about 15 minutes later, I start feeling it, alright? I don't feel that second one yet, because if you don't know, edibles take a shit ton of time to kick in, alright? That's the one thing I hate about edibles, actually. If they're poorly made, the taste is another thing you can hate about edibles, but these weren't too bad. They weren't good, but they weren't too bad. And I start feeling it, and I'm like, okay, this is good, This is not as high as I want to be, but it's a start, I know it hasn't fully kicked in yet, so I'm like, I'm not griping or anything. And there's always more I can take. So I start feeling it, and I'm like, all right, this is good. And I get back on the lift, and I'm kind of just sitting there, and I feel good now. I'm like, not scared of anything anymore, and I'm ready to go. But then about an hour, 2 hours after that second one kicks in, dude. And I'll tell you, that one kicked my ass. It was pretty fucking big, right? And when I ate it, I was like, it took me a little while to eat it. It took me like 30, 40 seconds to eat it. And it's a lot of time for just a small little square. Or not small, but the size of your fist, probably. And I was like, all right, I'm feeling this one. And I'm on the lift, dude, and I fell asleep. No joke, fell asleep on the fucking lift, right? And I woke up, and I'm going down the opposite side of the lift. Like, you're supposed to get off at the top. I didn't do that. And apparently they didn't stop it either. They just let me keep going. So I'm awake about halfway down. So I'm kind of just sitting there, and I see the guy, and I'm like, hey, I'm going back up. I just fell asleep. And he was like, oh, okay. Yeah, you're fine. Just keep going. And then, like, 2 more people hopped on with me. And I fell asleep again on that lift. But this time they woke me up, like, right when I should have been woken up, so I could have got ready. And we took the belt off, the bar. And where I'm like, okay, I have no idea how the fuck I'm going to get off this lift, dude. I can't even feel my legs anymore. And I'm alone, okay? Like, I like to ski alone, so I'm alone, and I'm like, oh, shit. So I tell these guys, hey, I'm a beginner. Can you just help me out? And they're like, oh, yeah, for sure. And they, like, kind of put a hand on my shoulder to help me out, And I made it through without falling, or got off the lift without falling, but then I fell right as I was trying to put my boot on, like, before. I don't know, but I was going, and then as I stopped to put my boot on, I kind of just, like, fell face first, and that kind of hurt. So I put my boot on, and I start going. I'm thinking to myself, oh my god, this is gonna suck. And I haven't told the story time yet, but I drank like 22 like fucking White Claws, dude. And the tall boys too. And I was skating around the whole time. And this was just before we left, and I felt none of those, okay? Like zero of them kicked in at all. Okay, I take that back, but none of them actually lasted more than 20 seconds. So once I tell the story, you'll have the full context there, but I was kind of I was kind of hoping that would happen, not fully go away so I don't have to take anymore, but, so I can regain. And luckily that... Okay, I don't know what just happened. My stomach refused to hold that now. So luckily that kind of happened. Once I start moving, I'm like, I get a feel for it, and I'm like, just muscle memory can keep me up. But it starts really, really kicking in when I'm at the bottom. And I go up with my sister again because I see her. And I'm like, I'm really fucking high. And she looks at me, and my eyes don't get red, they get whiter, which is pretty lucky, okay? And she looks at me, and she knows because my eyes are like fucking pearlescent white, alright? My eyes are never that white, but whenever I ate that fucking edible, my eyes got so damn white, like you can just tell. Also, I'm like halfway asleep the whole time, so it's really kicking in by that point. And we go up, and I'm trying not to fall asleep, and then we get off, and we're going back down. And I start freaking out. I'm like, shit, where did she go? And I'm like freaking out. I stop, and I pull over, and I'm like looking for her. Apparently, she was standing right the fuck next to me the whole time, right? And she's a pretty good skier, and I'm a pretty good snowboarder, so we're not crashing or anything. But damn, I had no idea where she was, dude. I'm freaking out. I see people like zipping past me. Apparently it was like some little kid that was going like 2 miles an hour, but I thought he was going light speed. And I'm looking around, and finally I see her. I'm like, yes. And I pull down my balaclava, right? And balaclava, you know, the thing that goes over your face. And I pull it down under my chin. And I just shoved my face into the snow and started eating snow for whatever fucking reason. Right? There's bound to be some videos somewhere. I'm not going to put them in the video. Or in this video, but I'm sure there are videos of me eating snow out there now. And I'm like chewing on snow, and she's like, stop it, what the fuck are you doing? And we're like laughing so hard, and about like, I don't know, 5 minutes later, I finally stand up enough and where we can start going down again. And I start falling a lot, alright? It's not painful falls since I know how to fall now, but if I didn't know how to fall, I would have been fucked. Like if this was my second or third year, I would have been fucked. But since it's my fourth or fifth year, I'm pretty fine. And if it was anything past that, I would have been even better, you know? But it really was not that bad. It was really enjoyable. You know, for the rest of the day, there's probably like hundreds of videos of me eating snow because apparently I just never stopped eating snow. And then we sat down with my parents and we were eating a burger. And I was like, burger tastes good. I dropped it, looked at it for like 30 seconds, and just walked off. And they were like, okay, got on the lift, and my sister picked up the burger and it was like, oh, I don't know. And hops on gets on the lift behind me when she's at the top. She's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, huh? What do you mean? She's like, why'd you drop the burger? And I was like, huh? What fucking burger are you talking about? Yeah, I didn't really have any memory of the burger till after I was sober. But that went on all day, you know, it didn't stop at all. Yeah, I was really stoned, dude, and it was awesome. And then we got home. And on the car ride home, I fell asleep like that, just like that. And I don't remember the car ride home, obviously, because I was asleep. But when we got out, I'm like taking forever to get out. And then finally I get out and I get inside and I take a shower. And I'm like, okay. I don't know what I'm doing. And I was so fucking high, dude. I fell asleep because I was like dizzy high at that point. And I go to bed like at 6 o'clock. And my parents are like, tell me to go eat upstairs. So I walk upstairs. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to eat. And I'm just sitting there with like my fork in my mouth. And I'm just like, it took me forever to eat a damn bowl or whatever, like soup or whatever. Finally, I get to go out. And by that point, I'm just like nauseous. You know, I ate so much. And then I didn't have a great like relaxing point afterwards where I could just hang out. I was like forced to do shit, and that pisses me off, right? It makes my head hurt so bad. But alright. I had some relaxing edibles that time. It wasn't hyped up edibles, so I guess I was fine. Just acted like I was really, really fucking tired. To a point that I was. And I was scared for a minute because I'm with my cousin, alright? He knows, he doesn't care. He doesn't do it, but he doesn't care. And he's like looking at me, and dude, for fuck's sake, there's 3 of them. I've never had that in my life before. Like, well, high, I've only had that while I'm drunk, okay? High, I should not be seeing 3 fucking people, but I see 3 fucking people, and I know they're not laced because we made them ourselves, alright? It's not like they were laced with some drug or something that I was seeing 3 people with. No, they were literally good edibles, and that, like, I saw 3 fucking people, and I was so confused, and I kind of just fell asleep and woke up about 2 hours later, and I was just, like, a little dizzy, and it was mostly gone for that point, but after that, I kind of sobered up and hung out till about 10 a.m. and about 10 p.m. and then fell asleep again, and we woke up at about 12 and watched Naruto. So, yeah, I've actually been watching a lot of Naruto recently. My cousin did show me that, so props to you. I don't have an Instagram I can shout out for you because I have no idea what the hell your Instagram is. Or if you have a Twitter or something, I seriously have nothing for you to shout out. I also don't know if you watch my videos or not. I know that I have a channel, but I don't think you watch my videos. And if you do, put your Instagram in the comments. I'll pin it for you, or your Twitter, whatever you want. Maybe even your Snapchat. I'm not gonna shout out your Snapchat without your permission, but if you want to put that in the comments, you are more than welcome to. I just don't think that's a great idea, though. Like, seriously, if you hear this, do not put your Snapchat in the comments. I don't think that's going to be a great idea. But, yeah, that was really fun, I'll tell you that. And, well, the next day, we hung out, and then day after that, we went to the spa, or, like, hot springs, because we were in Pagosa Springs. And we went to the hot springs for, like, 6 hours, and then I have a really funny story about that. Alright, that one is a pretty good story. And then I do have a story for the day after that, which is the drive home. And I was also, once again, stoned as hell. Actually, for most of this trip, I was stoned as hell. But for this trip, I was, like, piped up stoned, and I was like, ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah. And I was like, I'll probably put a video in for that one, because it doesn't really, like, show my face too much, and I'm like, I don't know, I know my face is on YouTube, but, like, I don't know, it's just me, like, bobbing my head, I was hyped up. That one was some hypey shit, but I gotta say that was really fun. I don't enjoy sleepy medicine as much as I enjoy hype medicine, but both are fun to me, weed is weed, and I would really advise, if you're gonna take any drug, let it be weed and weed only. I've tried a lot of things, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan for all that. So, yeah, don't do that. But I hope you have a good day, a fantastic day. Rest of your day, because you're probably watching this about 1, 2 o'clock, or maybe you're watching this at 6 in the morning, 2 at night. Wait, 2 at night, 2 in the morning? No. 2 in the morning is more like 2 at night, because, whatever. Guys, hope you're having a pretty good 2021. I know the Capitol building is already, like, burning down or some shit, but, whatever. That was so yesterday. Today we're moving on, and I'm gonna stick by my motto, is that if you're high or some shit, you can't really, like, mess shit up, So, if we all just get high, we can't make 2021 any worse than 2020, so... yeah, live by that motto. I don't really have a motto I don't have words to put that into word format, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but, like, short words, I don't got that. Just, go, no, whatever, fuck you. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm having some friends over, so maybe we'll have something just fell. Maybe we'll have some funny story times from today. I will not be sharing those tomorrow, because I already know what I'm sharing tomorrow. But, yeah, y'all have a fantastic day, fantastic week, month, year. Go get yourself a girlfriend if you want one. Peace. Pepper.